Welcome, I'm Nid, Karma Guide, and I support my spiritual business clients to really ensure that their business is aligned to their soul and the energetics of those that they are here to serve. In this month's video, we are exploring how our value is not transactional. This means removing that impatient part of our business to see metrics, results of our marketing, to see that engagement, to get those emails, responded to, people buying, that kind of instantaneous part of the purchasing and marketing process, but also that transactional side where we associate and connect our value with our price point and how much we charge for things. We want to take a big step back from that because as spiritual business owners, we don't operate at that level. That is how things used to work. We are bringing in the new paradigm, the new way of building business. And that is one where we understand that the value of a human is priceless. The value of connection and the service that we give one another is beyond immeasurable. And when we can learn to connect with that value, we realize that our price point and what we're charging for is basically to look after our human experience and our lifestyle. And that really is up to you, how you want to price that, how you want to manage that, and where that fits with your audience, right? You can choose your audience, who your audience is going to be. Feel, connect into them from your soul, from your spirit, and then you're going to know how much they're going to want to pay as well, because basically they're connected to you. They're part of your soul's connection, and that means that you're going to know from your own experience what they're going to be willing to pay from your heart, what you would be comfortable. So that's how we differentiate between our value and our price point and that transactional side of our business. You can go into the Spiritual Business Portal to have a look at the worksheet and work through more detailed tips and clues about how to work through this part of removing transactionality from your business and really upping your value and your patience in your business, connecting to different rhythms and cycles. But in this video, we're going to just have a little look at a couple of examples of some clients that I've worked with for ways in which it might help you with being a little bit less transactional and finding greater patience in your true value and how you connect with your audience. I'm going to begin with my first example being myself. So my original business was a wellness business in London that provided corporate well-being around London and around the UK, day retreats, office kind of workshops and events, and then regular classes. And from that we built out into running retreats, which we took worldwide. It was really good fun. I also started for myself making my yoga nidra recordings and always loved doing YouTube. And so for me, that on-demand process worked really well. I really like to share content so that when you're ready and you're present, you come in and you connect with it. And that worked well for me, especially because I was healing from a brain injury. And so I needed to do things when I felt well enough and then be able to rest when I didn't feel well enough. And it actually just really resonates with my soul that I work in this way. However, there was a period where lots of consultants and business people kept saying to me, you really need to do lives. You really, really have to show up and do lives. This is the thing. This is where engagement is. This is connection. Connection is what sells. And that may be right. And it may also be true that the metrics do show that more people build their business faster and that they make more money more quickly if they follow those systems. But it also can mean that it comes at various different costs to you. And when you're a really true spiritual business and your soul aligned to who you are in your business, it's not going to have longevity. Something is going to come up that is going to cost you, and you're going to find that you drop back to the vibration that really works for you. Something will happen in your business that either won't fly and won't move, or it will reset itself to where you really need to be so that you do the work that you're really here to do. And so we need to be really tuned in as sensitive spiritual business owners to watching out what other people tell us to do, because it might be really working statistically for others, but maybe it's not for your soul, for how you express yourself. And for me, doing the lives, needs to be in a very certain way and a container in order for me to really not only be my best, but also maintain my energy levels to run the rest of my business. And what I found was that I lost my creativity and my passion of sharing things in this way when I was doing too much live work. So for me, I had to pull it back in and say, no, come back. What's my joy? What is my way of connecting? And then my business flourishes. Almost instantly, I will see a shift in the way I get sales, in the kind of engagement I get from my clients when I return to what really serves from my place of joy at my rhythm and my pace, rather than working at what someone else suggests is going to sell, because I'm not pushing upstream against my own soul's calling and my own soul's expression. Now, for some people, that advice that I was given may work awesomely for them and their business because it's aligned to them. So I want to be really clear. This is about alignment of your soul and your expression, not what someone else tells you to do. It's good to know the stats. It's good to know how things work, and it's great to know the options so that you can choose for what resonates with you. The next example I want to give is a Pilates client of mine who was so scared of doing videos and getting out on social. And we set some targets for her to make some fun videos. What was the look going to be? What was her feel? What were her colors? Like, what was her font? So we really played with like the whole visual identity that really resonated with her and what she felt was fun and would connect with her audience. And so there's that two-part. There's what's her and what really resonates and lifts her vibration, but also what's then gonna actually really resonate with her audience and really work for them. And so we did some testers of like, how was that gonna feel? And now she is exploding on social and she is doing so well. And she has also managed to expand from that niche of Pilates to doing loads of work in helping people reduce their stress levels. And it's so exciting seeing that shift in her business and how much more joy she has and is sharing with others. And then I want to touch on another client of mine, a beautiful, wise woman with so much knowledge and experience and such a breadth of trainings. And she was feeling that overwhelm of how could she identify herself? How could she pin herself down and feeling super unsupported in terms of the systems that she needed to use? And she didn't want to have to tie herself down, so she would get bogged down in systems. And really what she needed was some more one-to-one time and guidance with people who are better with structure, with that more masculine energy. And so it was about stepping into offering some more privates so that she could then have a little bit more capacity to get the structure and support so that then she could start to offer things wider to a bigger audience. And that was what was really key for her, was saying, I do need more masculine energy in my day-to-day and running of the business so that I can embrace that masculine side of myself. So for her, it was a real energetic healing and shift in what did she need and how could she accept support from that, rather than that feeling of, I'm fearful, I don't like it, I've been judged by that. She had to say, I welcome it and I know I need it. And then it brought through a way in which she could learn about these systems by someone giving her, here's 5 steps. She would follow it. If she'd had a problem, she'd say, oh, I'm getting stuck here. And then they would say, okay, try X, Y, Z. And by having somebody who could give her that feedback of steps, review, feedback, they could then give her the next steps. And she could work through it at her own pace, at her own time, and rebuild her confidence and her connection with that masculine energy that we need to action our business. We need that structure in business to actually action with logical steps so it makes sense and gives our clients a safe journey towards us. So it was really beautiful seeing both of these clients move forwards into their businesses by embracing their value and resonating with where their soul is and being really patient with themselves to discover and explore that, and then seeing the shifts in how much money they're receiving, in the kind of clients they're getting, and how they're getting to really be bigger than a niche market. But they've started with that focus and been allowed to expand themselves because they've been honest with who they are, and that's resonated with their audience. So their value is that they're still themselves. They've removed that transactional component and addressed the underlying energetics in their business. And by doing that, they've then seen that patience and work of clear energetic allowing has shifted their business into one that is transformational and not transactional. So I would love to support your business, and I'd love to hear more about your business. Connect with me, either come into the Spiritual Business portal and have a look at the more detailed information and worksheet, or connect with me about a soul-aligned business reading, and let's get really specific and get into the nooks and crannies in your business of where energetically you need to realign and where action-wise you're going to realign, and let's see you do the same thing. Elevate up, shine your light, and let's really, really consciously lift up this beautiful planet that we live on. Much love.